Hey there, creepy peeps, and welcome to another Exhumed movie review. Today we are talking about the Gorgon, as requested by Pierre. So per one of his perks for being a patron, Pierre, that is a lot of alliteration, requested that I watch and review the Gorgon. So thank you for your request, Pierre, and thank you to all my other creepy patron peeps for your support of my channel. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link in the description. I feel like that was just so much alliteration added on. All right, let's get into this. So directed by Terrence Fisher, the Gorgon takes place in Middle Europe in a village where citizens are being petrified. The authorities try and cover these murders up, but a few intellectuals believe that people are being turned to stone by Megaera, a Gorgon from Greek mythology. All right, so the Gorgon was released as part of a double feature along with The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Many of the critics though, and even some of the actors, which I'll get into in a second, themselves actually remarked that the picture was well done, all except for the titular character, the actual Gorgon. Sir Christopher Lee himself even said, "Beautiful looking picture, but the whole thing fell apart because the effect of the snakes on Megaera's head was not sufficiently well done for the climax of the film. Not a memorable film, but it could have been terrific." So speaking of that snake effect, Barbara Shelley, who plays Carla in the film, who actually turns out to be Megaera in the film, wanted to physically play the part of the Gorgon. Another actress, sorry, whose name I wrote down and I'm trying to look for it really fast so I can say it. Where is it? Prudence Hyman. Prudence Hyman was actually the one to play the Gorgon, but Barbara Shelley wanted to also play the Gorgon for continuity, and she even suggested making a wig with real life green garden snakes. And she thought it would be a really cool effect and really, you know, really terrifying and realistic. Producers rejected her idea though due to budget and time reasons. But when the producer Anthony Nelson Keys saw the finished, you know, snake wig that ended up in the film, he admitted that he should have listened to Shelley's suggestions. So the actual wig that was used in the movie, featuring the fake snakes, obviously, worked by 5 wires that were attached to a box about 25 feet behind the actress, Prudence, that was playing the Gorgon. As for my thoughts on the film, I very much agree with the critics and Sir Christopher Lee that it could have been improved greatly. For one thing, speaking of Christopher Lee, he was one of the top billed actors along with Peter Cushing for this movie. And while Cushing was in like the entire film, Lee was only in like the last half of the movie, maybe even a little bit less than half of the movie. And I have to agree that the big failing of this movie was the snake headpiece. It just looked terrible, and it was very anticlimactic compared to the awesome buildup to seeing her, which is one thing that I really liked about the movie, that, you know, they do a really good job of leading you into it. Like they slowly will give you glimpses of Megaera, or you'll see a reflection, a very blurry or distorted reflection. So when you see her full on at the end of the movie, is the first time you're really seeing her. So it's like, it's a really great buildup, and you know, just the actual reveal was just so like underwhelming. But I will say I did like how this movie kind of like, I mean, it was the 60s, so it wasn't really the heyday for like the monsters. It was a little bit late for that, but I do like how it decided to go like with a mythological route, doing a Gorgon, like, which is something from Greek mythology, like Medusa is a Gorgon. And obviously, like, I mean, you can tell snakes in the hair, like it's obviously, you know, you guys know what that is. But I like how they went with something from Greek mythology as opposed to like your typical monster, like a vampire, a werewolf, a witch, or something like that. So I like that. So is the Gorgon worth it? For me, it's just okay. Like, for all the reasons I said, like, it has a really good build up and a really cool premise. Just the execution of Megara is not great, and yeah, it's just a big letdown at the end of the movie. Like, the way she looks, it just looks bad. So it's just, overall the movie is just okay for me. So I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. On IMDb it has a 6.5 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes it has a 60% critic score and a 48% audience score. On Letterboxd it has a 3.2 out of 5. So if you've seen the Gorgon, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought about it. Unfortunately, I didn't see it available on Amazon. If it's available somewhere else to rent, I will let you know in the description. If it's not Amazon though, it is not an affiliate link, just so you know, like, for transparency. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here and become a Creepy Peep today. I post videos Monday through Friday, and you can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video or go live, even though it doesn't always work. If you're happening to catch this right when the video goes up, a little bit later today, myself and Emma are going live on this channel for Does This Offend You, where we're going to talk about Tusk and the Human Centipede, and that's going to be at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I don't know if I said that already. And if you're watching this after the fact, then I'm sorry you missed it. But it will be up on my channel, so you can still check it out if you want. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!